We're going to talk about someone who is quickly becoming one of my favorite players in the NBA. I want you guys to like, comment, subscribe, and to continue to support my channel. The player that I am going to talk about, a player that has quickly become one of my favorite players in the NBA, and his name is Cade Cunningham of the Detroit Pistons. Yep, that's right. We're going to talk about Cade Cunningham today on this episode. And hey, man, I got to give this dude some love. Cade Cunningham, I mean, I've been watching him for most of the season. I've been watching him against all of these matchups that he's had against the Hawks. And look, man, he's having a great year, and the Detroit Pistons are having a great season. The Detroit Pistons currently, as I'm recording this, they're 33-26. They are in 6th place in the Eastern Conference. They are, I want to say, a game behind the Bucks. They're like 2 games behind the Pacers. I mean, Lord have mercy. I mean, what is going on with the Detroit Pistons? I mean, they've been on a roll. Like I said, they've won 8 in a row. And a big reason for them winning all of these games recently has been because of Cade Cunningham. And for those of y'all that have not been paying attention to this young man, Cade Cunningham's special. This dude is special. And I've always been a fan of Cade Cunningham, even dating back to his days when he was at Oklahoma State. He was putting up numbers, he was producing, and he was showcasing his skill set. And he went number 1, to the Detroit Pistons. And look, it's taken, the Pistons haven't done the greatest of job prior to this season of surrounding him with talent. They never had great shooting. And just overall, just never had enough talent around Cade Cunningham. But even despite that, I've always believed in Cade Cunningham. Like I've loved his skill set. I love his skill set as a 3-level scorer. Also, I love his skill set as a passer. And like in my eyes, like I just felt like if you surrounded this young man with just competent talent, that I thought this man would flourish. And finally, the Detroit Pistons have done that. They've surrounded him with shooters like Malik Beasley and Tim Hardaway Jr. and Tobias Harris, and Jalen Doran has had a nice little, leap this season as a center. They got Asar Thompson, their first round pick from last season. And so they got some nice little pieces up there in Detroit. And look, Jaden Ivey's another guy, even though he's out for the season, sending my prayers up to him, and hopefully he's having a, nice little recovery, and hopefully we'll look forward to seeing what he does next season. But Cade Cunningham, ladies and gentlemen, is that dude. Cade Cunningham on the season, this man is averaging 25 points a game, 9 assists a game, which is 3rd in the league. And he's averaging 6 rebounds a game. And he's shooting 46% from the field and 36% from 3. And when you just watch this dude play, man, this dude is just smooth in where he wants to go on the court. He can, like I said, he can shoot the 3. He can shoot the mid-range. He's a big body guard. And so this is a guy that can post you up a little bit. He can use his strength and his size against smaller defenders. And he can get to anywhere he wants to on the floor. And guess what? If you double him, which is what we've seen a lot of these teams do to him, he can find the open man. He'll find a Malik Beasley. And Malik Beasley, like he did against the Boston Celtics, he had 26 points and he knocked down 6 threes. And these Detroit Pistons actually beat the Boston Celtics, which was their 8th straight win of the year. And so when you double a Cade Cunningham, the Pistons have shooters that can make you pay. And even a few nights recently before they played the Celtics, they ended up playing my Atlanta Hawks, unfortunately. That was a big game. And I don't know if anyone caught that game, but Cade Cunningham in that game had 29 points and 10 assists in the first half. That's right. He had 29 and 10 in the first half of that game. Cade Cunningham. Like, this dude has been on a tear this entire season. And against the Hawks, unfortunately, my team, I've had to watch Cade Cunningham for 4 games, average 30 points, 12 assists, 6 rebounds on 50% shooting and 41% from 3. So Cade Cunningham has done major work on my Hawks. And I just got to give him, and look, what's even more impressive what Cade Cunningham has done, you know, just in particular and against my Hawks, is he's had Dyson Daniels, arguably the best defender on the perimeter in the NBA, check Cade Cunningham, and Cade Cunningham has just given him the business every time. He's giving him that work every time, and I love Dyson Daniels. That's my guy. I'm still happy that he's an Atlanta Hawk, and I think the future is very bright for that young man. But he had no answer for Cade Cunningham. He's had no answer for him. And when you look at players, you know, that have gone up against Dyson Daniels, you know, to me, players that have had that usually have success against Dyson Daniels are the players that they earn my respect, because I think Dyson Daniels is the best perimeter defender in the league. And so when you're able to have success against a player like him, who gets steals and can man down on the perimeter, he guards the opposing team's best players. He's done a number on many players this season, but he's had no answer for Cade Cunningham. And to me, like, when you're able to have success against a player like a Dyson Daniels, you earn my respect. And Cade Cunningham has earned my respect. And he's a guy, honestly, just being honest about it, like, I've always respected Cade Cunningham even before this season. But he's been awesome. He's been awesome. And I guess another reason why I've become a fan of Cade Cunningham is he's always reminded me of a player that I've always admired. And this player that he reminds me of is a player that also used to play for the Atlanta Hawks. And his name is Joe Johnson. Like, I look at a player like Cade Cunningham, and I think he reminds me so much of Joe Johnson. Like I said, with the smoothness of their games, their ability to shoot the ball. You know, they're not the most athletic dude in the world. They're not going to dunk on you every time, but they're just smooth with it. They can post you up. Yeah, he has a nice little mid-range jumper that he gets to. And the thing with Joe Johnson and Cade Cunningham is they're both awesome passers. They both can pass the ball and find the open man when they draw attention. And I think that's what makes Cade Cunningham so tough, is you know that this guy can score when he wants to. But like I said, if you double him, you know, he's the type of dude that can see over defenders, and he'll make the open pass. He'll throw a lob to a Jalen Duren or to an Isaiah Stewart. You know what I'm saying? Or, like I say, he'll find an open shooter to Malik Beasley or Tim Hardaway Jr. or Tobias Harris. And that's what makes Cade Cunningham tough. And quite frankly, this is what makes the Detroit Pistons kind of a problem in the Eastern Conference. Now, look, I'm not saying the Detroit Pistons are going to the finals. Like, I'm not that crazy. But if the season ended today, the Detroit Pistons will be playing the New York Knicks in the first round. You don't think these Detroit Pistons are capable of giving the Knicks problems? Maybe possibly even upsetting them in the first round? I mean, I do. I think the way that these Detroit Pistons are playing, they could absolutely surprise a team like the New York Knicks in the first round. And it's, like I said, when you look at their roster, they've done a nice job of just surrounding Cade Cunningham with talent. And don't let me forget about the job that JB Bickerstaff is doing as well. Like, he deserves a lot of love as well for what he's doing with the Detroit Pistons. I mean, he's gotten these guys playing hard. He's gotten these guys buying into what he's selling. and he's establishing a culture in Detroit. And he's done a hell of a job. And most importantly, he's gotten buy-in from his best player, Cade Cunningham. Cade Cunningham is having a career year. Like I said, he's averaging 25 points a game, 9 assists, 6 rebounds. He's efficient. And this is a dude that's a budgeting superstar. Like right before your eyes. Like he's coming. And like he's just a load to handle. And you look at the Eastern Conference, when you look at guards in the Eastern Conference, I mean, one can make an argument that Cade Cunningham right now is the best guard in the East. Like he's just is. You can make a real argument. You know, you can make a real argument for him over, you know, Jalen Brunson or Donovan Mitchell, or hell, even my guy Trae Young. As much as I love my man Trae, but you know, Cade Cunningham's coming, man. Like he's coming. You know, and so, hey, man, this dude is a problem. I've seen it firsthand. I've seen it for the past few weeks. You know, I've seen it against every matchup against the Hawks, the team that I watch more than anybody, because, again, you know, look, I'm an Atlanta Hawk fan. I'm not afraid to admit it. I am. I love my Hawks, and I watch every game. But Cade Cunningham, he's elite, man. He's coming. Cade Cunningham he's coming. And like I said, man, I can't say enough about him. Like he's doing work this season, and the way that he's playing, he absolutely is very deserving of an All-NBA team. I don't know what team he's gonna be on. Like he's probably not gonna make All-NBA first team, but he can make All-NBA second or third team the way he's been playing. I mean, he's been awesome. He's awesome, and I'm going to be really fascinated over the long haul as to how the Pistons build around Cade Cunningham. Like, what kind of second star do they go after? You know, to put around Cade Cunningham. Who's that guy? You know, I don't have a guy that right at the top of my head per se. You know, but it's going to be fascinating to see how Detroit builds around Cade Cunningham. But make no mistake about it, Cade Cunningham is a budgeting superstar in this league. There is no question about it. And Detroit Piston fans, y'all finally got something to look forward to, man. Seriously. I mean, because I know the Pistons, they've been through a lot. Like, this is the franchise. Like I said, right now they're 33-26 right now. Last season, they were 14-68. Worst team in the league last season. So you go from being the worst team in the league, winning 14 games, to now you are 33-26. You're in 6th place in the East. You're out of the play-in? If the season ended today, Detroit would make the playoffs. I mean, that's incredible. That's unbelievable. And I think it's because of Cade Cunningham. Like, Cade Cunningham, to me, he's doing a great job of just elevating his team around him. And, you know, the pieces fit. Like, we talk about it in the NBA. Like, NBA so much, especially nowadays, it's not just about talent, but it's about fit. It's how do you complement your star skill set? What do you do to put around your star? And the Pistons have finally figured out that we got to put shooting around Cade Cunningham. Players like Malik Beasley and Tim Hardaway Jr. and Tobias Harris. And you got quality bigs like a Jalen Duren and an Isaiah Stewart. And it's working. It's working to the tune of 33-26. And so, hey, I mean, the Pistons, I mean, they're having an unbelievable season. JB Bickerstaff has done an unbelievable job up to this point. And Cade Cunningham, there's that man again. I mean, he's looking like a budgeting superstar. And hey, that's all there is to it, man. Like, Cade Cunningham, like he's that dude.